Hey guys, and welcome to my very first Pokemon OU Wi-Fi Battle. So for those who don't know what OU is, OU stands for Overused and is a tier in Smogon. So it's kind of like a tier where you have certain Pokemon in certain tiers so that they are based on not particularly stats but how often they are used. Therefore OU stands for Overused. So yeah, I thought I'd hit up some people on Reddit and ask them if they want to battle, and I found a guy called Lamont, and as you can see we had not two different teams, to be honest. He was running Tyranitar, Lickitung, Electivire, Charizard, which was his Mega Evolution, Mr. Mime and Greninja. So a very nice team there. And I had, oh god, it was a very bad team. I realized that afterwards. It was Rotom, my Dusclops, I actually took the wrong Talonflame with me. I've just brought the wrong one with me. I took Spitfire with me instead of Helsing. My Charizard, my Gliscor, and my trusty Excadrill. So yeah, we'll just get into the battle right now, and the beginning is quite stally. So because 4 Pokemon are weak to water types, I thought you must lead with Greninja, and that's what he did. So I sent out Washington, which is a different Rotom, to gimme wash my shiny Rotom-Wash, but he leads off with Toxic Spikes, which is an excellent play right there, because I was actually running a Toxic Rotom-Wash, and obviously because he was a poison type, I couldn't, get that toxic damage. So yeah, he goes on for the extra sensory, and that does a little bit more damage than I had hoped for. I go for the Volt Switch and do quite a lot of damage. I was quite satisfied with that. And here comes the misplay. I took a Flame Body Talonflame with me. Oh god, I just got so pissed when I saw that, but I switched back into Washington to take that Hydro Pump because I predicted a Water type move. It would be absolutely horrendous not to use a Water on Ice type move against Talonflame. So I take that pretty well, and my Rotom's still standing strong. I really like that, and he goes for another Toxic Spikes, and I went for the Toxic again, and that was such a bad misplay on my side. I should have predicted those Toxic Spikes as soon as I got in, but hey, shit happens. So I thought, you know what, let's just try another Toxic. Maybe we can get that toxic damage, that crucial poison on my friend's Greninja, I guess. So that was a good idea that I had at that time, because Greninja was a huge threat. I needed that thing off the field as quickly as possible, because if I wouldn't, then half of my, well, not half, but 4 Pokemon out of my 6 would be gone. So I actually calculated that, and I thought I'd only survive with 2 HP, but I survived with 3 HP, so 1 more than I'd actually thought. So I go into SASORI just because I felt like it, and because the turn would be over, he would be poisoned through the Toxic Orb and through the Poison Heal ability. I would be pretty much good to go. And then Electivire showed up, and I was like, oh shit, he might be running some Ice type moves. This is my first OU battle, I have no clue. So I switch into Pinky, and to be honest, Pinky is pretty much only a wall with no attacks. That's just my pretty much Smogon illegal Dusclops, but I didn't use any illegal moves, which was great because that might have messed up the whole game. I was running Double Team, and Double Team is illegal. So he switches into Tyranitar, and Tyranitar I thought would be his initially I thought it would be his Mega Evolution when it came on the field, but then I remembered he had a Charizard, and Charizard without a Mega Evolution is pretty much worthless. It's a piece of crap. So knowing he must be a physical attacker, I think, okay, how do I do this? I was predicting a Night Slash or something, a Crunch or something, so I went into SASORI, but those hacks though, I mean, what is it with me and Parahax and hacks in general? I was really shocked by that. And this is not the best play, to be honest. I could have done this a bit better. I went for the knockoff just to see what kind of item he has, and I go for the facade. And I was actually running Earthquake, and I thought, I didn't know how much damage I'd do because I didn't invest any EVs in attack, and at that time I forgot how frail Tyranitar actually is, so I actually mess up a bit. Hopefully, I thought, well, please don't kill me, but you know, Sasori is just that wall, he's that man. His defense falls, but Sasori doesn't give a shit, he's just gonna facade all day. And thanks to the poison heal, I just get 1/8 of my health back, and then he goes for the outrage, and I thought, OMG. But Sasori's like, no, I've got this under control. Goes for the Earthquake, and Tyranitar is down. So I was thinking, okay, who is he going to bring out? Because Sasori is obviously only a defensive Pokemon in the sense of physical wall, and he sends out Lickilicky. And I have no clue what this Lickilicky could run. I was just so scared of this, so I thought, oh, switch him out. And I just thought, yeah, Pinky, you're a special defensive wall. And if I look back at it, it was a great switch, just because he used Retaliate, but Lickilicky is more of a physical attacker than a special attacker. So that was kind of risky, and I could have done it a bit better. So as you can see, that Dragon Tail, Pinky doesn't give a damn. So he actually brings out Resetti, and Resetti's like, oh, I'm just floating on my air balloon. And sadly, the sandstorm subsided because I was running a Sand Force Excadrill. Resetti's like chilling there, and if I had gone for the Rock Slide, that would have been amazing, but I went for the Earthquake, and that was a pretty bad play on my part. So I'm like, oh, I was actually predicting the Charizard. Why? Because due to the typing Steel and Ground, and I thought, well, special attack will just wipe Resetti off the field, but I totally forgot about Flare Blitz, and that pretty much fucked up my prediction there. So Pinky was out of the game, and I was so annoyed because that was my special defensive wall. I know Washington was also pretty good, but just because of that Dusclops Eviolite, there's just so much capability there of walling stuff. So Sasori also has Roost just to get back that HP. I just feel that Roost is a great move, and that Outrage though, ooh, that Outrage. I hate Outrage so much. It just does so much damage, and I go for the pretty strong Facade plus the critical hit, and I was really happy about that. And he goes for another Outrage, and I was pretty much like, there's nothing I can do, I just might as well let Sasori die. And he died for a good cause, because I just go into Washington, and Washington, I wanted to save Washington, so I used Protect, and that was a good play, very good play there. He confuses himself, so I was kind of praying for the confuse hacks, because I was kind of lucky with Tyranitar back then, but it wasn't necessary. I went for the Hydro Pump anyway, and that's when I realized how frail Electivire is. I had no EV contribution to special attack whatsoever, so I was like sitting here like, what the hell was going on? So thinking you'd go for some, I don't know what kind of move he'd go for, I just went back to Resetti and took that Ice Punch very decently there, considering the fact that I didn't contribute any EVs in the defensive department, but I completely forgot that I wasn't Choice Scarfed. I don't know if that would make any difference. I pretty much screwed up there, and it comes in Bonfire. Bonfire. Bonfire is my special attacker, my Mega Evolution, and he's helped me so often in the battle spot battles. And I do the very typical Solar Beam Drought combination with the Charizard Y, and I knock out the Electivire because it was such a threat, and I thought, oh god, must get him off the field. I don't know if that critical hit was in any way needed to destroy Electivire, but Licky came in, and I completely forgot how brutal Retaliate is, and this play, I'm not kidding, was so lucky. I went for the overheat, Licky used Retaliate, and I barely survived with 50 HP. And then this play, oh my god, I was so happy. I went for the protect, and if I hadn't gone for that protect, it might have gone really bad. But he went for the explosion, and I was so happy that didn't go wrong, because you never know. Pokemon likes to screw you over once every while. So yeah, it was pretty much a standoff between the two Charizards, but I thought, you know what, Spitfire is pretty much useless because he's running Flame Body except for not Gale Wings, and that really pissed me off. I don't know if I've got an ability capsule, but I've still got another one. So yeah, I went in for Washington because I thought, yeah, we can Hydro Pump that shit. But first, let me take a selfie. No, I will take no selfies today. Fuck selfies. So I go for the protect just to make sure it's confused, and I was praying that it hurts itself in confusion. I was just praying and praying, but the Pokemon gods thought, nah, he's gonna withdraw, so who gives a damn? And he went into Miss Mime, and I was like, Miss Mime? Holy shit, I don't know what Mr. Mime runs. I was really confused, and I didn't actually know that Mr. Mime was OU anyway. Maybe he was UU and he just bumped them up for this match, or RU for that matter. I'm new to Smogon, so I was really confused there. So I just went for the protect just in case. And I'm not that kind of person that will spam protect in like 3 rows. Yeah, I'm not that kind of guy. I won't use protect like 3 times in a row. I'm just not that guy. I'll use it once or twice, and then that's when I draw the line for myself. So he takes out Washington, and I'm like, oh, Bonfire, you're a timid nature. You can pretty much outspeed Mr. Mime easily, or Miss Mime, like my opponent like to call his Mr. Mime, or Miss Mime because it's a female. And I took it out with the Solar Beam. So considering I was a timid nature, full, well, max EVs on speed and special attack, I was pretty sure I could outspeed Charizard X, and I went for the overheat just for that max damage, and I barely won. I was so happy I won my very first OU battle, and I do thank first off my opponent Lamont for really showing how good he was. I was really surprised by all those Pokemon. My team was pretty much full of Pokemon that you'd predict in OU battles, and his team was really nice, really well balanced, in contrast to my team, which was, oh my god, really out of balance. I really have to correct that. But hey, if you want to battle me in OU or UU, I'm building a UU team, just hit me up on Twitter. I've got links in the description. My Twitter is pretty much the same name as my YouTube name. I'll give you my friend code. My friend code is also linked in the description. Just be sure to comment yours if you've added me, and you can always hit me up on any time of the day if I'm online. But I'd recommend you ask me first what kind of battle you want, or else I'm just going to use an OU or Uber's team, and that might be a little bit unfair. But I do thank you guys for watching, and please leave a like if you liked the video. Till next time, bye.